What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Singing the Tea. I'm your host, D, singer, actor L, and we are going to jump back into it. You already know. Sometimes I sing, sometimes I give you all the reality TV tea, but it's always going to be what you want, and it's always going to be what you need. And I'm coming back to you with another episode of Married to Medicine, baby. You know, this is my favorite show that's on Bravo. But before we jump into all of that, if you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell button so you get all of the alerts when I drop the latest episodes. If you are returning, what's going on, cousins? Welcome back. I appreciate y'all. Now, this episode of Married to Medicine, it was okay. It was a good episode. I enjoyed it. It just really set the tone and it set the scene for what we're about to get next week. And I'm just saying, I am ready for it. So I'm so ready for this next episode. We're going to go ahead and jump into it. So we are on Married to Medicine, Season 11, Episode 9. And, you know, from the White House to the Key West. That was what they titled the episode. This episode, it was pretty good. It was good. It was okay episode. Now, when we're talking about the opening scenes of this episode, we see everybody doing their thing, right? Just how they normally do when they give us those intros. And the opening scenes were a little weird to me. Like, so we see Sweet Tea and Mimi, like she's like just I guess getting rid of some stuff at the house, and she was like, "Oh yeah, we need to get rid of this. This is quad stuff, or some of this is even quads." I, for me, for the life of me, I wouldn't have even said that. Like, I just would have been like, "Yeah, we getting rid of this." Like, I wouldn't even mention that it was quads in that. And I feel like Sweet Tea does stuff like that, and then when they bring it up later, she was like, well, y'all need to move on. You were bringing this up. You should have never mentioned, because first of all, you just giving them ammunition for later. You shouldn't have brought that up. Now, that's just how I personally feel. I would have never said that, child, because the ex wouldn't even existed to me. That's just me personally. But that's what happens when you join a show that has your husband's ex-wife on it. I'm just saying, so honey, you did it to yourself. It is what it is. So then after that, we jump into Toya, you know, and Eugene and the boys. So when Eugene shows up, he gives Toya a hug or whatever. And she was like, "No, we gotta show them how to do it. You know, you guys supposed to grab me, pull me in." That was a little weak hug. Toya, I'm gonna say this. It's weird. Like, it's so weird. And I feel like the boys are uncomfortable with her doing that. And I understand. Like, I think what Toya think that she's doing is like, oh, I'm giving them like I'm letting them know how it's going to be or how it should be, but you're making it uncomfortable because if that's not who they are naturally, which we're going to get into that a little bit, that's not who they are. So it's just a little bit weird. So then, you know, one of her sons, I can't remember which one it was, but one of the sons is talking about an 8th grade dance. And he was saying, you know, hey, I just don't want to go. And Tori was like, well, you need to go. You need to, like, I'm trying to make sure you be popular, make sure you stay popular. Tori, that's not important to him. That's not important to him. And I think that he's taking that out of Eugene's book, because Eugene even said, like, that wasn't important to me. He said that he was popular. You know, he was the prom king. So, of course, he was popular. He did what he needed to do in school. But being the most popular, most well-liked person in school is not for him. And that's okay for him to not want that. And then also when Tori was like, you know, in 8th grade, Eugene wouldn't have been my type. I was for the bad boys. Girl, in 8th grade, you were thinking about all that? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. In 8th grade, yeah, like I had crushes and stuff, but like dating wasn't my main focus in 8th grade. Um, I could have been a little bit young. You know what, child? Yeah, it kind of was. I don't know. But it wasn't like that. And I think, too, just the lifestyle that I live, it was probably a little bit different for me. Just saying. But he just doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to do that. And support him in that decision. It's okay for him to not want to do that. But it's confusing because you did that earlier with the whole touch and Eugene, we got to show them how this is, but then you turn around later and say, you know, well, we don't want them to like do certain things, or you know, you can give a hug but you don't need to be kissing, you don't need to be doing this. Well, then you're giving them mixed signals because you're telling them, hey, this is what they need to look at, this is what they need to see, but then on the other side you're also like, well, don't do this. You can't have it both ways. So I think that you should just be, well, I don't want to say be yourself because I feel like that is Toya, and I love Toya down. But Toya, you're gonna have to pull back a little bit. You're gonna have to pull back slightly. And you know, Eugene was talking about how he's like kind of like his dad, and his dad was really strict. Eugene doesn't give me that he's really strict all the time, but I feel like when Eugene lays down the law, he lays it down, and like there's no questioning it. So I can understand where he's coming from that standpoint. I feel like Toya might feel like she's a more strict parent because she's probably the most vocal. But child, them kids probably looking at Toya like, girl, all right, girl, like we're gonna do what you say because you our mama, but child, we ain't worried about you. That's just the vibe that it gives. So it just was funny. But Toya, girl, let the boys be them. They gonna be phenomenal adults. So you training them the right way, they not gonna depart from it. Keep doing what you're doing. But stop doing all that touching in front of them children. Now, we swing over to DrJackie house and she bring all this mix, all this sweet mix to put in the blender to make slushies. DrHeavenly shows up and DrJackie, she like, girl, what is you making? Because them not daiquiris if they got no liquor. And I agree. You was making slushies. Y'all could have went to the local Circle K or gas station and got y'all a good slushy, baby. Because that's all you was making. Ain't nobody got time for that, Jackie. Throw a little alcohol. Alcohol ain't never hurt nobody. Allegedly. I'm just, y'all see my new cup? Shout out to my friend Brittany. She gave me this cup. Little do she know she gonna give it to me anyway. But thank you, girl. Shout out to her. But yes, back to the episode. Listen, DrJackie, throw a little alcohol in there for the people. At least for the people, your guests. Give us the alcohol. If you don't want to drink, that's on you. Ain't nobody trying to force you to drink. But don't force me to not drink. If I want to drink, let me drink, okay? That's all I'm saying. DrHeavenly body looked good. Like when she was walking, go sit down. I said, all right now, Heavenly. Got on no hams and ham hocks and stuff back there. I know that's right. Heavenly looked good, baby. She looked really good. So Jackie is telling Heavenly, you know, I got invited to go to the White House and I was able to invite a physician. And then Heavenly was like, you gonna invite me? And Jackie was like, well, I already invited Simone. So, you know, that's my invite. And Heavenly was like, you know, Heavenly hot, baby. Heavenly was hot. I really like their friendship. Like they're very yin and yang. And I think that they find each other entertaining. I think that Heavenly looks up to Jackie in a lot of ways. And I think that Jackie honestly looks up to Heavenly too. Because a lot of I feel like the way that Heavenly operates and moves, Jackie's like, I wish I could do that, but I just simply cannot. And Heavenly just has so much respect for DrJackie. So I really enjoy their friendship because they are hilarious. I almost cuss. I be cussing anyway. So she tells her, you know, I was able to invite somebody else. So you can't come with me to the White House, but I'm letting you know right now, girl, you got to be clear. And Heavenly was like, I know how to act. I know what to do. Heavenly, sometimes you do. I don't think you can go in the White House and act a fool because I just feel like you ain't trying to get locked up. But Heavenly, you sometimes do be acting up on fool. So I can understand the lady being a little reserved. So I can understand that. But it was really cute. I'm really excited to see them go to the White House, which we do see this episode. So that was really dope. So after we leave Jackie's house from eating them slushies, we head over to Phaedra with all that silver Renaissance outfit that she had going on to go meet the dude Shaq. Now I'm going to tell y'all, his name is not spelled like Shaquille O'Neal Shaq, but that's how I had to spell this name in my phone so I ain't mess it up. So Shaq, the man name ain't even Shaq, it's Shaq. Anyway, y'all know the man name, y'all know what I'm talking about. It don't matter. So she goes and meet the man that she went on a speed date with, that she allegedly met at speed dating. Now I've been seeing pictures online that was her date also to the Met Gala. I've seen some pictures of them dating. So just some of that, you know, TV magic, but whatever. He seems like a cool young man. And, you know, she's saying that gifts are her love language. Child, I know that's right. I would say get it, Phaedra, but Phaedra, I get it, but sometimes it's a little bit too much. Like you are just hitting the nail on the head too much with the gifts are my love language. You know, you gotta act your wage or whatever. It's a little too much. It's coming off a little too much of I'm only looking for the money. I really appreciated the Southern bellness of Phaedra, and I really liked the courtingness that she used to exude. So I wish she would teeter the line of that a little bit more too, instead of just only being about the money. Now, speaking of dating, because she's on a date with this guy, she said that she's dating like a white person would date versus a black person. And can y'all tell me what you feel like the differences are? And I'm not trying. It's not trying to make it a whole racial thing. I think, and she explained it because they asked, like, what do you mean by that? I think sometimes when we are in the black culture, we do the courting thing, right? You got to date somebody, and once you are dating, you are serious. You can't see anybody else, and it just seems like sometimes, and I'm not putting it on that race, but just sometimes people now, I would say even more so now, like within the newer generation, people are just dating to figure each other out. Like, yes, I might be dating several people, which is 100% okay. That doesn't mean I'm sleeping with everybody. That doesn't mean I'm doing anything with them. I'm just simply getting to know other people, and we happen to be going on dates. So I actually really like her saying that she's just dating and having a good time. So, girl, you continue to do what you do. We are here for it. He brought up knowing Apollo, and I thought that was really odd because it was just like, where did that come from? But he did bring up that he knew who Apollo was. Cool. Don't really know where he was going with that, but cool. You know Apollo. We love to see that. Cool, whatever. I mean, even she was just like, okay, like he's my ex. He's married to somebody else that has nothing to do with me. I'm gonna circle back to this conversation because I feel like later it's gonna kind of make sense. And I'm gonna try to plug in some things where I personally just think the reason that conversation came up. Now, y'all, it's hot up under all these lights. Now, we get DrJackie, Dr. Simone, and DrHeavenly get ready to head to the White House. So they're getting ready to head over to the White House, child. And y'all, I gotta tell you, child, I'm trying to find me a child. It is hot as hell up in here with all these doggone lights. Good God, hold on, y'all. Child, hold on, y'all hear that wind? Baby, I had to pull out my good Beyonce fan, child. Whew. It is hot. I'm gonna have to cut the air on the side. It's hot as hell in here. Y'all see all this? Baby, I'm hot. What is going on? It's winter time. What is it do? And it's cold outside. Why am I so hot? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Child, I'm back. I had to go get a rat. Baby, when I tell you I got up here, got the sweating up under all these lights, these good theater lights, child. Good God, it was hot. All right, where we leave off, we're talking about DrJackie, Dr. Simone, and DrHeavenly heading over to the White House. So they're heading over to Washington, D.C. We seen them get together. Now, when they make it there and they in the clubhouse or rental house, wherever they was at, and they're going over the do's and don'ts for Heavenly. And Heavenly was like, these helpers are getting on my nerves. And I know that's why Heavenly. Heavenly said, I know how to act. She said, you need to be saying that over there to Simone. Because I get along with people. Now, Heavenly, you don't. You don't get along with people. But Heavenly, that's all right. We're going to still support and we're going to still ride or die for you, Heavenly. Because we love you, Dr. Heavenly. Because you keep this train on this track. And we is here for it. So we see Kamala Harris. I'm just fast tracking y'all, getting to the meat and potatoes of it. So we see Kamala Harris, VP Kamala Harris, speaking on women's rights, and it's very powerful. Her and Chrissy Teigen having the conversation, and it's a beautiful thing to see our ladies, our aunties, of Married to Medicine, being in that space and being able to share in that moment. This is why I love this show, because not only does this show give us one, it gives us the mess that we're looking for, right? It gives us those friend dynamics, but it also gives us those powerful moments like that I truly, truly, truly appreciate and that I enjoy. So, Married to Medicine, keep doing what you're doing because we are loving it. I love to see that. Love to see the pictures. And that's DrJackie Sowar. We love it. Wish we could have had Kamala Harris back in the White House, but child, we're not even going to go down that path. We're just going to keep on going. So, as we are seeing everybody get ready for the trip to Key West. So we see everybody getting ready. We see DrJackie having a conversation with Curtis about the White House. We see Eugene and Toya getting ready. And Eugene is losing that weight, baby. He can go and shop in regular stores. And I'm not saying that to be funny. Y'all, when I tell you being somebody that's a heavier, bigger guy, that is such a big thing. When you get in that place and you're like, man, I can just go to the store and go get something. Y'all, it's a feel-good feeling. So you know what? Shout out to Eugene for being able to do that. Contessa's getting ready, and she's bringing up, her and Heavenly's issues, and they gonna just be fine, be cordial, whatever. But then we see Heavenly getting ready with Damon, and Heavenly's furniture and aesthetic. It's just Heavenly's house looks lived in. I'll say that. You can tell that that's really her lived-in home. They had boxes with stuff all in the background, but we ain't gonna go in on. Y'all remember Mariah had told her to pressure wash the house, baby? That was good to me. Phenomenal. We miss Mariah, baby. So she's having a conversation with Dr. Damon, and she's saying that she is inviting Apollo. Now, I was like, now wait, this is a little random. But when she broke it down, it kind of made sense. She was like, listen, I'm inviting Apollo to just kind of show Dr. G and Quad, hey, you can be divorced and you can be in the same friend group or be around each other and be cordial. Because it does seem like they have a good relationship from what we can see. Or from what we saw from last season for sure. It does look like they have a good relationship. And we love that, right? We love to see that. I don't think that Heaven was being messy per se. And when she FaceTimes Phaedra, it kind of like it kind of made me feel better about it. Like when she FaceTimed him, be like, hey, look, I just want to make sure that you're okay with this. I did already let him know. I did reach out to him to see, if he wanted to come. And she said it just can be an educational thing with you and him letting us know how y'all are able to do that. I've never been divorced. How are y'all able to process this and be able to navigate that space? And Phaedra seemed like she was cool with it. And she was like, let it be a surprise, I think, to the rest of the cast. But in her green screen, she made it seem like it kind of like she was just like, I mean, it is what it is. He can be there. It's fine. So that was a little interesting, but I do think that a lot of them can learn from it. So hopefully Phaedra is cool with it. I think that her and Apollo can be good with this scenario and with their relationship as it stands. They're not going to be best friends, but we can learn from them how to move forward when you are divorcing someone and just being in that space. Now, going back to this, I noticed that Phaedra had. It looked like she was still, while that FaceTime was going on, she was on the date with Shaq. It looked like she was on the date because it was the same outfit. Looks like she was at the restaurant, and I'm thinking maybe that's why Apollo came up because of that conversation, which makes it make sense because in that earlier conversation, it was like, why did he just randomly bring up Apollo? But if that FaceTime happened during that date, it 100% makes sense. So that was interesting television mag. I think that's what happened there. I think that's why Apollo came up in that conversation that happened earlier. So, I wonder if okay, yeah, I already talked about that. So after we see Dr. Heavenly get off the phone with Phaedra. Heavenly's talking about, ooh, girl, my titties look big. Heavenly is so funny. We see Dr. G and Sweet Tea getting ready. And they are talking about getting ready. And he was like, man, do I really got to go? Like, he just feels like it's awkward to be around his ex. Now, Dr. G, I will say this. You feel like it's awkward to be around your ex, then you don't have to be here on this show. It's just very interesting in situations like this because I think that naturally, when you divorce somebody, you typically, and of course, there's always going to be a caveat to the rule. You typically aren't going to be around your ex like that. You just typically aren't. I think that this show is just forcing y'all to be together, and you seem to be uncomfortable by it. So my thing is, why did you come back for more? If it bothers you, because you seem to be bothered by the scenario and situation. So I do think that it's interesting that you came back. But I can understand how it is uncomfortable. I can understand how it is uncomfortable to always be around them with your new partner, and then your new partner and them being in that same friend group, especially when y'all had like a tumultuous relationship. I 100% get how that can be hard for you to navigate that space because you never want it to be a situation where your previous relationship affects your current relationship, whether good, bad, or indifferent. Quad had her experience with Dr. G, not taking anything from it, not going to add anything to it. But Sweet T's experience from him could also be different. He could be a different person. He could learn from those mistakes that he made in that previous relationship. We hope that he did, but he just doesn't want his past to tarnish his current relationship. So I can quite kind of understand that. So once they're, finished, we segue over to Quad and King having a conversation and kind of similar, but kind of on different spectrums. Quad is just letting him know because he was like, are you, because Quad was asking, hey, would it bother you? And he was like, well, are you bothered? And I would be the same way, like, would it bother you? And she was like, absolutely not. He was like, well, then I'm not going to be affected. And she just lets him know there might be some conversations that come up that can be uncomfortable. 100% understand her letting him know that. But I just feel like it's just setting the scene for what's going to come when we get to Key West. So we arrived at Key West. We see everybody on the plane, and DrJackie talking to Quad, and she was like, y'all gonna sleep in the same bed? And she was like, yeah. She's like, but y'all aren't married. When I tell you that was good to me, Quad said, baby, it's a lot of sinning going on up here, baby. We're gonna be in this same bed. Quad, I know that's right, baby. You better get in that bed with your man. Cause child, let me tell you something about me. I am. When I bring my partner when I go to my parents' house, me and my partner, we're not staying at the house, baby. We're gonna get us a hotel room because I'm gonna be respectful. I'm gonna be respectful children of the closet, baby. We're gonna respect the closet, baby. We're not gonna disrespect those people home. So we're gonna get us a hotel room so we can do what we gotta do, if you know what I mean. So we see Simone welcoming everybody. She gives a hug. I really liked the breakdown that Simone did there when she did that. Now, before they get there, Simone is just letting it be known like she feels like Quad and G are going to have an uncomfortable situation because both of them take shots at each other. And they do. Both of them 100% do take shots at each other. So it's going to be an interesting situation when it comes to those two and navigating this space. But listen, I'm ready for it, baby. That's why I'm tuning in to see what the hell is going on. So as they get there, we see Contessa, we see Heavenly actually giving Sweet Tea a hug. She's speaking to Dr. G. We see her reach to give Dr. Contessa a hug, and they hug. You know, Contessa kind of throws on the ground, and it was really, really sweet. And I'm with Heavenly on this, and I love Contessa. I really, really do. That Contessa is fun. I love the fun side of Contessa, but I want Contessa. I've already said it on every I feel like review. Contessa got to move on and let it go. Both of them do, but Contessa, you really, really want to have to move on and let it go. That's what I'm hoping for this next couple of episodes that they can move forward. And speaking of them moving forward, we see Simone has everybody paired into groups, and she has Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Simone, no, excuse me, Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Damon, Dr. Contessa, and Dr. Scott paired in a group. They're the shark group. Love it. I love her putting them in the uncomfortable situations and putting them in those games. I love that because it's going to challenge them to communicate with each other and work together as a team without focusing on the issues that they have. I 100% love that. So it just puts them in that space to be like, look, y'all can work with each other. Y'all can work through these issues that you're currently physically actually going through. So when you sit down and have a conversation about the bigger issue, you should be able to work through that. And the pairing was spot on. It was great. Now, Dr. Simone and Cecil, y'all took the new crew with y'all because y'all said, listen, they're a young, fit couple, baby. Y'all come over here with us because we're going to need that strength when it comes to this. Now, Cecil said, baby, he the strength of his group. And Cecil, I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to let your ass have it. Whatever works for you. So, as they are getting ready, now, Sweet Tea, you said something that I was just kind of like, what was the point? I think she was trying to be funny, but it's just like, she doesn't have like the charisma that like a Quad or honestly Quad, Simone, Contessa, like any of them have. When she called DrJackie Skeletor, it just was like it was more so off-putting than it was funny. It was really off-putting to me. I didn't think it was necessary. Like it just didn't. And I feel like even like the music behind it, it didn't give us no like dun or nothing like to let us know it was a joke or to make it funnier. It just fell flat. It didn't do what it needed to do. Now, Now listen, Dr. Simone got it started when Phaedra walked up in with her cut up shirt. She said, "Baby, I do too much because you girls do too little." And I Phaedra, okay, you use that a bunch. You can let that one go. That's the one thing with Phaedra. Phaedra can read, right? She can. However, Phaedra's read sometimes because she does them so much. It's like, okay, girl, the first time it was a hit. Second time it was cute. Third time it was all right. The fourth time we don't want to hear it no more. You've used that a lot. Don't use that one no more. So when we are sitting over here, we doing our thing, we see Dr. Simone, and it was funny because it's like both of them one of them grabbed a Perrier bottle, the other one grabbed a bottle of hot sauce, act like it was a microphone. Hell, just talk to the people. And, she was saying, well, I made some shirts because you said that you wasn't going to let these kind of bees, whatever, do whatever, whatever. And Phaedra explains what she meant by that, and Quad tried to help her clean it up and try to get her to understand where the ladies were coming from. Like, they felt disrespected because these are high caliber women. Like, these are not your regardless, these are some hardworking, successful doctors that you were talking about. What you mean these kind of bees? So they felt away, and Phaedra was just like, okay, like, now I have to get Phaedra that. Phaedra was unfazed, unmoved, baby. Phaedra said, I said what I said, and I'm standing on it. And I'm here for it. I love somebody that's going to stand up in it. And she stood in it, baby. Y'all going to do what y'all going to do. Y'all going to get mad, move on to the next question, do what you're going to do. It ain't changing over here. And I was here for it. Okay, Phaedra, you was all right with me with that. You wrong, but you was all right with me. I was here for it. Now, the goal of this trip is for everybody to, leave better, right? Leave better, leave stronger. And I really feel like we're going to leave better and we ain't going to leave stronger, baby. Because next episode, baby, y'all is going to get into it. We see everybody getting ready for the water sport. Listen, I'm with Curtis. Curtis, I'm a big, tall man myself. I'm 6'3", 6'4"-ish. I'm with you, Curtis. Some of that stuff, it just don't fit us. We too big to be out there in that water. We hit that water, we going straight to the bottom, man. We too big. I'm with you. Nah, y'all can have these water sports. I ain't into that. That's y'all thing. So I really, really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed this episode. It was funny towards the end. And baby, when they really, really got towards the end, let me see if I'm missing something. Okay, this was funny. when they was getting in the kayaks, canoes, paddle boats, all that water stuff, almost cause and Heaven said, if you got somebody with a big booty in the back, you're gonna lose. I don't know why that was so funny to me. And Rachel just rolled her eyes. Y'all, Dr. Heavenly is so funny. I don't know what it is. Like, she is hilarious. Dr. Heavenly is one of those people you just cannot take serious. You just can't let her get you mad. Like, she say stupid off the wall stuff. I will say that. But she is hilarious when she wants to be. But she's wild. Um, but no, overall, this episode was great. And the way it ended, y'all, and letting us know about next week. Next week, it's going to be some, listen, it's going to be some slow singing and some flower bringing because, baby, it is going to be on next week, and I'm here for it. So, listen, y'all. This episode was a good episode. It gave us the setup for next week with Key West. I don't know about y'all, but I will be tuned in. So, y'all, that is my review for the Married to Medicine episode. Now, we will have Real Housewives of Potomac coming a little bit later today, possibly. I got to run a few errands and do a couple of things, but we should have that dropping a little bit later today. But with that being said, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. But I will see y'all later. Have a good one, everybody.